guys, to get a copy of our free downloadable spreadsheet, head on over to realestatable.com/spreadsheet. I know most people right now are struggling with how to continue getting business in a down market. And on this episode, we're going to be talking about how you can use what your past clients and people that are already in your circle, how to get business from them right now.
Yes. And guys, all of the tips that we are about to give on how to get leads, they're free. It's stuff that you're already doing, stuff you're already going to. And it's just kind of sparking ideas on how to talk to the people who are around you already.
Mm-hmm. Yep, just holding you accountable, making sure that you are looking at those people that already know, like, and trust you, and pouring back into your business. The other cool thing is that this isn't stuff that is going to take months and months for that to kind of cure into actual business. This is game changers. If you start implementing this today, game changers for your business today.
And these are things that we're actually doing, guys. So we know that these things work. They work for us personally. They work for our team. And we've shared these with our office. And people in our office have seen great success too. So take a listen to this. Hope you get something out of it and start implementing these tips so that you can get more buyers and sellers.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Realestatable. We're here for episode 2, where we're going to be talking about how we are continuing to get leads in a down market.
Yes. So kind of a short recap on the last 18 months. Kind of felt like business was falling into your lap. The market was crazy. We had the low interest rates. Well, now that's changed a little bit. And so we wanted to go back to the basics and kind of talk about what we're doing to get leads and what's working in this quote unquote down market.
I think it's crazy because the last couple of years, the media has actually helped that organic kind of natural lead fall into your lap. The conversations were easier because of the media promoting low interest rates. And guess what? Is the media our friend now?
No.
Not so much. So I think that's one of the difficult things that we're overcoming as professionals right now, being the pro for our clients and people that we're talking about whether or not it's the right time to purchase. So definitely getting back to the basics, which I like to say leads are contacts and contacts are people. So really getting back to the basics of people. How can we best get in front of people? How can we best serve them? And we kind of think those kind of go hand in hand. With this being a people business. So what would you say, Ash, what would you say would be your number one thing right now that not only is it a good return on your time, but you truly enjoy, it kind of pulls the things together? What would you say is one of the biggest things that's working for you right now?
So most recently is doing open houses.
Yeah, that is her jam. I would say she really does enjoy the immediate connection that you can have with people in person. So I agree. So talk about that. What does that look like? How often are you doing them? What days are working best for you? That kind of thing.
I'm finding that Sundays around 1 to 3 are kind of the sweet spot. Even if I did 12 to 3, that's a good time as well. People are getting out of church. People are going out to lunch.
Yeah.
See a sign and come on by. Even if they're not interested in buying, everyone's always interested in what does that house look like? What does my neighbor's house look like?
I also think that if you're a newer agent and you're having a really hard time getting comfortable with the conversations that you should be having, answering the questions, doing the open houses is a really good way to get in front of people. But maybe not in a sense of this is actually going to convert to a closing. Very likely it can and it should, but also there is those people that are just they might have just bought a house, but something piqued their interest to stop by. But then the flip side of that, if you are new, attending those open houses in your area is another really good really good tip too.
Yeah, and our office is really great about letting other agents do open houses at
Yeah.
their listings. So sometimes I'll sit at Tiffany's listings or Mary's listings. It doesn't matter whose it is as long as you get the permission that's needed from the seller. But it doesn't have to be your listing. So if you're just starting out, utilize your office and utilize their business to grow your business.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So I think that for sure. I also think as people are trying to decide whether or not this is the right choice for them, more and more are in the discovery phase of that. That they're not hot to go because they got a pre-approval from some marketing that they clicked on or et cetera. They're like kind of tipping their toes. They know that housing is a need for them. So more and more people are back in open houses. Those were not successful the last couple of years. So
Well, you didn't even have to do one.
yeah, that is true. There
Because
wasn't even time.
by the time you marketed your
Yeah.
open house, it was under contract. So
Yeah.
definitely didn't draw people in to come see that because it was already gone.
Yeah,
So
that is true. So that's definitely, I think, is a big thing too. One of the heart of why I'm in business and just being a people person, community involvement and volunteering. I think I could preach to the mountaintops on that. I think that you definitely don't want to go into the volunteering thing. We do this quite frequently as a team, as our office. Our local realtor association has give back days as
Church.
well. Yep, through church. Just I think that's kind of a theme in the South for us, and specifically to the heart of who we are. But will say that that's just a piece to the puzzle, piece to the getting in front of people, making sure that you're wearing a real estate shirt so that you're sparking the conversation, but it's maybe not like the main reason. Like you want to make sure that you're going with a servant's heart and not from a place of, okay, today I'm getting 16 contacts and I'm going to be passing out 22 business cards. Yes, you should have them with you, but really community involvement should be about serving your community and pouring back into your community. A lot of that stuff doesn't go on social media for us. If we're doing it kind of independently, that's another thing that we're just doing where we can actually be in front of people. It's not a marketing kind of tactic as far as that.
Yeah, and I think too the volunteering is much easier when it's something you like doing. So
Yeah, I agree.
we're all in the business because we like people. We like helping people. So an easy way to donate a little bit of your time, it's zero cost marketing, and you're doing something good. I think it's a win-win for volunteering.
Yep, I agree. So a weird concept, and I feel like as we're talking in conventions, as we're talking with our team agents, and really just anyone having the conversation about where you're getting business right now, like making sure you have past clients. Like you guys, if you've been in business the last couple of years, really everyone has had some level of success in this market that we just came off of, and so you have a book of business, and we're going to talk in future episodes on how to organize that, how to be systemizing all of that stuff. But you have a book of business. You have a circle of influence of people, whether it is locally or around the country. You have people, you have friends, and you have family, right? You have them. Are you asking them for business? Like,
I think every agent struggles with this.
Right.
Because you can follow up with that client, with that friend, with that family member, but are you actually saying, hey, do you know anyone who needs to buy or sell? And most people will say like, oh, I remember that Ashlee's in real estate.
Yep.
But it only comes up when you're kind of talking with that person. But if you ask them, hey, do you know anyone? Oh, yes, like so-and-so from church is moving. Maybe reach out to them. So I think just asking the direct question versus like posting a picture and hoping that somebody sees that you're still in real estate.
Yeah. I also think that you guys got to remember that that can be for people who are no longer in your area or never have been in your area. Do not forget that you can be serving people all around the world through a referral network that you should be building. Again, a future episode on that. But that ask for business does not have to be like if you're new to your area, new in real estate, don't act like that this is not something that could be a value for you. It's back to the basics, back to the people, and really thinking outside of the box as far as that goes. So
yeah, another thing that you can do just to get your name out there is kid sports sponsorships.
Yep.
So even if you don't have kids, like I sponsored the high school soccer team last year, and
I don't a past client, right? That wasn't your kids; it was a past client.
Yeah, it was a past client asked me if I would sponsor, and I was like, of course. And so my kids aren't even in high school, but I sponsored the high school soccer team, and I went to a couple of the games, and they're like, "Oh, you're the name on the shirt," and because I wore my branded shirt
Yep.
that had my name on it. But if you don't have money to do a sponsorship, and you have kids, be the team parent.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Be the person who is coordinating who's bringing snack that week. Be the person who calls or texts all the parents to say, "Hey, practice is canceled today because of the rain." Things like that, where you're the kind of the point of contact or assisting the coach, or be the coach.
Yeah. Yep.
There's so many free, easy ways to market with kids sports.
Well, and just kids activities in general. I feel like, and even like in the kids' schools, like you're doing a ton of stuff with the PTO, and I feel like it's really just getting in front of people. But again, figure out where it is that you actually enjoy. Like if you struggle, like you don't have kids and you struggle with the kid thing, yeah, probably shouldn't go and volunteer.
Yeah.
To volunteer at the PTO for that. So I think that figure out where your niche is and that it's going to actually be something you enjoy, but then also the return on your time as well too. So another thing too that we've talked about as a team here recently, we've talked about like local businesses and having some type of snack station or a giveaway, a promo or something like that can be a conversation starter, in a car dealership, at a hairdresser, at any type of local business, banks, insurance companies, things like that. That gives maybe your sphere of influence or the people that have done business with you a way to be able to bring up your name.
Yep.
Remind them that they need to be talking about you, and the whole purpose of having some type of sponsorship that you're refilling a goods like a water station.
Yeah, I like to pair that with a flyer that has the events for the community. What's going on that month. So every month you're going, or every 2 weeks, whatever type of business you're going, how often you're needing to refill these snacks, right? If you're at a kid's place, the snacks are going to be gone every day. But if you're maybe at a dentist, they may not be taken as much. But put that monthly flyer of what's going on in your town, and then at the bottom just have your information. That way it's not like you're being salesy. You're providing a snack. You're providing what's going on, its value versus just having a card laying on the counter.
Yeah, and I would too, like when resources, like we're talking a lot right now about like paring down budget wise, like holding our pennies, etc. If you're trying to decide where the best places are, you need to be connecting to your past clients, your future clients, your circle of influence, any of that. If you have somebody that has any type of connections and is there, that's going to be like, oh yeah, that's Ashlee, that's Tiffany. Make sure you're connecting to those first and not just coldly going out and be like, okay, there's 10 dentists in town, I'm going to choose to hit all the dentists this time. Another idea too, I was talking with one of our agents and talking budget wise on this, because it could be like the kids places refill this every day and you can't even keep up. Have it be with what you're dropping off, it's completely disposable, so that when it's done, it's not an empty basket that's sitting there. And I like the idea of some type of, plastic type of sign that has month event. So when they throw away the basket of whatever you've provided, there's still, the display that's there. And then they know every month you're going to come back and renew kind of the advertisement for the community connection kind of thing. So that's a really good idea. Speaking of community, so this is something Ashlee does. A couple of our agents that we know of have done this. Can you talk about Facebook groups? Talk about that. What do you do with that?
So I have a Facebook group that is geared towards, so we are in a military town. So my group is called Fort Campbell Families. And every week I post what's going on for the weekend. Most people, when they join the page, they write like, what do you expect to get out of this page? And most people are like, things to do, activities, making friends, and meeting people.
That's cool. So when they join the page, they fill out the content that you're asking. That's pretty genius.
Another pro tip: if you're going to do a page for your community, make one of the questions one of my questions is, are you local or are you PCSing? So if somebody says they're PCSing, well, I'm going to send them a welcome packet about the area and myself. And we can talk about what's in our welcome packets on another episode. But then I know, okay, they're already here or they're coming.
Yeah.
So it gives me that information. But you can make a neighborhood page. If you don't have a neighborhood page,
Like a community, like a subdivision page?
Yeah, I have a
Okay, cool.
subdivision page.
Yep.
I didn't create it, but I am now one of the admins on there.
Mm-hmm.
And I host a lot of things in there too.
Yeah.
So, just trying to be that source of information. So if somebody's like, "Hey, I need a plumber," well, I'm going to post the first post, and I'm going to say, "You need ABC plumbing."
Yep.
And so now they're like, "Oh, she knows her stuff." Well, oh, this person needs HVAC, ABC HVAC. Like, you need to be commenting on every single post.
Like interacting in there, making
Yes.
sure that you're providing the information and the value for that.
Hey, Tiffany, what would you say has been a game changer in your business?
One of the things that's had the biggest impact, I think, in helping grow and help success on a daily basis is going to be the spreadsheet that I use. You use it as well. Helps organize all of our clients, our SOI, past and present, future business, all in one place.
Do you have to know how to use Excel or spreadsheets to be able to use this?
Absolutely not. I actually think that you can learn as you go, kind of perfect the system as you're perfecting your business.
All right. If you head over to realestatable.com/spreadsheet, you can download the spreadsheet that we use every single day in our business for free.
I think that that was a super common thing. Like we know several agents that we've been, in different events that we've participated with, et cetera, that have done like local food spots, like,
Yep.
local food groups and things like that. We did Keep It Upbeat with Tennessee's Elite during COVID, where we were doing like different at-home activities and different things that you could be doing like that. So really, I think I go back to, what do you enjoy? If it, the community thing is a very good blanket type of conversation to have, but what do you enjoy? And maybe figure out how to create a community around that. Like, do you like quilting? Do you like bicycling? Do you like fitness? Do some type of like Clarksville fitness group or something like that. So
Yeah.
I think that really could be anything. There's so many different ways that you could be creating different community groups and then making sure you're interacting in them. It's not just like a set it and forget it kind of thing.
So, next thing is, I feel like your jam right here,
My
which
jam.
is client appreciation events.
Yes. I just like planning, I like theming out stuff, theming. But I also like having a place in something to be looking forward to with our clients. So your follow up and feedback from your clients really could be just based around what's coming next. So we did in February, we did like loving on our clients, and we did an event at our local museum that has a little children's floor, has an awesome train display.
Yeah.
And that came off of our Christmas event, which was with our office. That wasn't a team event, but it was with our office. And it was cool to be able to say, hey, what's next? Like, see you in 2 months.
Yeah.
And it makes it where even if they're not coming, you're having multiple conversations around that. And it's giving you a lot of opportunities to be asking for that business, asking them to review you, asking in a setting that feels less businessy, for sure. So one of our main focuses this year is doing more of those, getting people in front of you instead of us going to them, over and over again. So we have, honestly, I feel like every other month.
Pretty much.
Yeah, every other month this year between our office and our team, we're doing some type of event. We do something specific for our what we call most valuable clients, our MVCs, which that's going to be a whole episode.
That's probably
on
like
that,
2
too.
episodes.
Yeah, where we're doing, and that is, I'm bringing 2 families. How many families are you bringing to our next one?
I think I'm at 3 or 4.
3 or 4. So it's a much smaller event. I had 2 families at the last one. You had 2 or 3 families.
Yeah.
And those are events like we're going to the Nashville soccer game. Like there's a soccer club.
It's more of like a VIP experience.
Yep.
And so far what we've done has been in Nashville. So we're
Yeah.
about,
Oh, we did the water park in Kentucky too.
oh yeah, that's true. We did
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
It rained though.
It did, but that was still an awesome
It
day.
was yeah, because it was empty. You could ride the slides 100 times
And
in
you
a
were
row.
wet anyways. Who would have thought like water park in the rain? It was still pretty awesome. But
it was. But yeah, we do different things that maybe people wouldn't know about. So like the people that I'm bringing have not been to the Nashville Soccer Club game.
Yeah.
I personally haven't.
I haven't either.
Both of my boys play soccer, and so they're gonna come as well. So it's you can bring your family to this event. Let your clients, your past clients, get to know you in more of a personal setting versus at the closing table.
Well, and I feel like for these, and we're jumping over client appreciation events too. Our MVC is coming up. We actually have this weekend. We have an Easter hunt with our office, and then the next weekend we have VIP. So this is perfect timing on that. But with that, I feel like that is they feel kind of. I don't want to say honored, but they feel like they're
it's a special club.
It is, and that's how we present it. But my agent or my clients talking about those things, it's just like always plugging you like whose agent takes you to the Nashville Sounds baseball game with VIB treatment and all inclusive food and all of those things. Like whose agent? And for me, we're doing it at such a small scale that it's a much lower budget than us renting out an entire, club level suite for our entire list of people that would maybe only come to that, but really are they actually pouring back business? So these are people that would be already referring business. You're wanting to kind of reward that behavior, encourage more of that same behavior, et cetera. But client appreciation events, we need to get better. I think that, this year we need to be better on getting sponsorship for those. So we've always been really good about doing low expense, low key, but you guys, these partners that have been getting so much business from us, mortgage, insurance, home inspectors, warranty companies, et cetera, those people that have gotten so much business with us in an influx are now looking for business. Make sure you're partnering up with them too. So do not think, okay, now my budget's cut in half because my business is cut in half. You need to be surging forward because that business does not have to be cut in half. We're on track to have the same year for numbers this year just by continuing to pour into the people that we have already done business with and just getting in front of people. So make sure that you guys are looking at ways to partner with people because they also are trying to get in front of people as well.
And the other
different
thing
ways.
too is don't be afraid to partner with an agent in your office.
Oh yeah.
So even if you're not on a team, if you have a friend in the office and say, "Hey, do you want to go in together on a, client appreciation event?" You guys can split the cost.
Yeah. I also think though too is like why couldn't your office do it as a whole though too? Why couldn't you ask, your entire office and see, our Easter egg hunt that we're doing with our office, I think it's 8 to 10 of us and only 4 of them are on our team. So, we're partnering to kind of make this happen at a larger scale. And I also think it's fun to kind of publicize that with different type of people and different type of clientele people as well. So I think we can end it with a simple thing, lunch dates and coffee dates.
Yes. Interesting. I don't know if it was a university session or if it was in general session at convention that we just got back from. But they were saying this one agent would take her client and instead of paying for marketing and cold marketing, she would take out a past client. I think it was like 3 times a week, 3 different people a week out to lunch. And she ended up closing I think it was like an additional 7 to 10 million in sales.
Just by doing that.
Just by taking
Just by
people out to
eating
lunch.
when we really as agents we should already be eating,
right?
Planning to eat.
Yeah.
not you scrounging down food around 3:00 when we remember for the first time during the day.
Yeah, and I mean it doesn't have to be salesy. Yeah. If you can actually create real true connections with your clients, you won't feel salesy. They're gonna want to know how your kids are. They're gonna want to know what you're doing. How's the market? Just having real relationships is the key to all of this people talk that we're talking about.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if you end at the closing table and then in 5 years call someone, it's not going to be the same as if you were following up with them every year, every quarter.
And I think those people become invested in your success. So when they're talking about, they want to talk about real estate. People naturally want to talk about homes. They're interested in economy and all of those things kind of intertwine together. So when you are truly pouring into relationships where these people have most become longtime friends, lifetime friends for me, I think that as they're pouring in and they want to know, how are you doing? Be real, raw, relevant to what's happening currently in the market. And I think that's going to naturally come out like, hey, I need help from people like you to be successful. Like that's just the key. You guys are the key to my success. I think that's going to naturally come out versus like, know anyone that needs to buy, sell, or rent.
And on the flip side of that too, if you have like a terrible transaction, maybe don't take those people out to coffee.
We don't have terrible transactions. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, if it didn't go well and your relationship wasn't there, don't force it.
Yeah,
you don't have to. You don't have to force those. But also try to include as many people as you can, and not only take the same 5 people out for lunch.
Yeah.
You've got to spread it out and maximize your reach and your use your time to.
Yeah, I agree though. I thought that was interesting as well. So I think that is a good wrap up. I think you guys have a ton of ideas to be able to get in front of your people. We'll talk later about organizing that, systemizing all of those things, but really people is the key to our success this year, and we are going to make it happen.
Yep.
Crush 2023.
All right. Well, if you guys like this episode, make sure you give it 5 stars and share it with someone in the real estate biz.
Yep. And we'll see you guys next time.
Hey guys, to get a copy of our free downloadable spreadsheet, head on over to realestatable.com/spreadsheet. Thanks for watching or listening to our show today.
Our show was brought to you and created by Realestatable.
And our executive producers are Ashlee Jankovic and Tiffany Klusacek.
Realestatable is produced by TSE Studios.
Check out show notes for audio credits or any of our music.
And we're your hosts,
Ashlee Jankovic and Tiffany Klusacek.